Hello people! Today's set is called Glitter Party. And there's all the stuff I used to make it. Not a lot this time. This is a super easy peasy set that any skill level can do. Okay, I'm starting off with some medium length oval tips. I'm going to give them a base of this pale gray. Just to even them out so they're all going to be working off the same color here, because I've got some tips that are natural and some that were clear, and I just wanted to make sure everything was going to come out the same. So that's why we're doing that. We're only doing one coat of this, and that's going in for curing. Now I have picked out 5 colors of glitter, so I have a hodgepodge of different polishes this time again. And this set was inspired by a set by Nails Miko, which there it is right there. I have changed up the glitter colors to more fall-like colors, more kind of jewel tones. But we're just going to paint irregular stripy sections of the different glitters. Now I have lined these up in the order I want them to go, right above where off camera, but right above where I'm working. So I'm just going to continue to take these colors in the same order as I'm going through this whole series of painting these on. So there's going to be 4 sections of color on each nail, and we have 5 colors. So the first nail, which is the thumbnail, is not going to have the last color, but the second nail we start on is going to start with that next color, and then we're just going to go on down the line back to the beginning of the row and keep going down so we use them in the same order. Also, I'm not curing these in between each color because frankly I didn't care if they got mixed together a little bit. I mean, I'm obviously trying to be careful because I don't want the different colors to get on my bottle brushes, but I don't care if they slightly blend together. All of those join lines you're not going to see anyway by the end of there, so if they smush together it won't really matter. Let's get that one back to the edge. I didn't quite get that one over far enough. And like I said, we just want some kind of irregularly striped sections of stuff. Ooh, I can't talk today for some reason. Okay, and like I said, we're moving down the row, and I'm going to start with the one color that didn't get on that last nail, which was the purple. Then after this, we're going to go back to the beginning of the row and start over with the colors, and we're just going to carry on like that through all the nails. Another thing that's good about this kind of a set, if you're having shaky hands, doesn't matter, because your sections and your lines you're going to be putting on are all going to be irregular. So no need to be precise and you know, get your protractor and your ruler out. You don't need to do all that for this. That's part of the reason why I said it's easy peasy set that anybody should be able to handle doing. Now you don't have to use these glitters either. You could use like a gradient of a one color. Like what springs to mind right now is if you started with a dark brown and then a light tan, and then do a gradient in between of 3 other shades of that. That would be nice. Like for this time of the year, your browns would be good. I mean, but you could do it with any color. If you wanted to do like a more of a gradient monotone or monochrome set. I actually thought about redoing another set like that, but in browns. But I probably won't do it, at least not this season. Maybe next season, or maybe we get in the spring. Maybe I'll do it again with some spring pastels or something. I don't know. Or maybe I won't do it at all again. Who knows? Shoot, I don't even know what I'm doing from day to day half the time these days. So anyway, you can just watch me paint the rest of these on here. We're going to be, once I get these all, well, I'll wait till I get to that part. Let me see. What else can I tell you about this? I do have, like I said, a hodgepodge of different polishes for these. I never can seem to get one whole set of all the same polish. I mean, very rarely can I manage that. Since I choose my polish for whatever design I'm doing by color, very rarely do I have enough colors in the same brand to do whatever it is I'm trying to do. And we are going to be going in with a second coat of this glitter. Because it is going to be a little spotty looking. That one, now I'm looking at it, looks like I slopped some of the yellow right into that green that I didn't even notice before. See, there's a splotch in there. How did I not see that? It's amazing how many things that I see when I'm watching this video back and doing my voiceover. Stuff I didn't even notice while I was actually doing the nails. Oops, sorry about my arm. I thought I edited all those out. I think this is the pinky, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong. The blue, that blue glittery one, oh, nope, this has got to be the pinky then. That blue one and the gold one, the orangey gold one, those two are really kind of on the thin side. They don't have as much glitter in the polish, so as you can see, they're not giving me as much glitter coverage as I would have liked. But we're going to take care of that on the second coat. I am trying to put some more in there now, but it will just spread. And being that it's thin, it's got a lot of the clear base or whatever it is they mix the glitter into. I'm assuming it's some kind of a base. There's a lot of it in there, so it's a lot runnier than the other ones. So once I get all these on here, I am going to hold this this whole rack of nails upside down for probably 30 seconds or so before I put it in the lamp, so the colors can run back to the center where I put them in the first place. See, that one is missing a lot of the glittery bits. I think that goldy one was the worst of all of them for that. But we're going to hold them like this for about 30 seconds. Like for a real 30 seconds, not the little bit you're going to see me do here on the video, and then cure them. Okay, going in for the second coat. We're just going to go all over them again, and basically what I'm doing now is just making sure they're filled up nicely and I don't have a bunch of like see-through areas where the glitter's not that thick on there. I just want to get them leveled out so they all look the same. Now I am putting this on kind of thickly for this section, so you are going to see it, especially when I get to that gold one. You're literally going to be able to see it start running off down to the sides and pooling up there. And believe it or not, this is sped up. I tried to speed up as much as I can in my videos, you guys, so you don't have to sit through a bunch of stuff unnecessarily. On the other hand, I like to be thorough, and I try to show you the whole process. Now see, if you looked at that thumb, now probably on this one you'll notice it too. You can just literally watch that gold running down off the side, to the side edges. Because I really put a lot of this one on because it was so thin. So now I'm really trying to be careful here not to get the colors, like not to get the other colors on my bottle brush, because I don't want to have some other colors in there, like especially in that lighter green, because that would really show up badly. Probably the blue and purples wouldn't show up that bad, but this lighter green, I want to keep it nice. Okay, and then we just have purple. See the thumbnail, how it's all run to the side edges now? You could see it's a lot thicker there. That is why we hold it upside down, so it will run back to the center of the nail and not make our shape look all lumpy and bumpy of the nail shapes. Now if you do get it where it stays like that, you can just file them down before you do your final top coat. Okay, we've cured that. Now I'm going in with acetone on a lint-free wipe, and I am going to scrub these suckers within an inch of their life. I want them to literally be squeaky clean, because we're going to do isolated chrome and we don't want it sticking to any of this glitter. Now you can also top these with, there's a few different brands of matte top that will not have the chrome stick to that. I don't have either of those brands, and frankly this seems to work pretty well for me with the acetone and wiping them down really good. There's a brand of matte top the brand is G-A-O-Y. I don't know how to pronounce it, but that's supposed to be a really good one for not having your chrome stick to it. I know several nail techs use that one. Votino also has a matte top. It's called Teflon top. That one's very expensive, so I won't be getting that one, but I'm just going to use this method because it works for me. Okay, we're going to make our lines that we're going to put the chrome on. So I'm using gem glue, and I'm using this particular gem glue because it has this nice metal skinny tip on there, so I can control my glue coming out really well, because I want to keep my lines on the thinner side. And we're just making irregular lines on all the joined parts in between all the colors. And just so you know, I did cure these, each one as I was going along. Like as I finish this one, I'm going to throw that in the lamp, and then I'm going to get the next one and start on that. I was kind of afraid that my glue was going to start to spread out if I tried to do the whole rack at once, and I didn't want my lines getting too fat. So that's why I'm curing these as I go. But like I said, easy peasy. We're just drawing these on here. They don't have to be nice and straight. We want them to be irregular and kind of a little bit, rough looking. These kind of lines on stuff right now has been a trend for a while now. So if you haven't done any of those yet, try it with something like this, because it was super easy. You could also paint, if you don't have glue that comes in the tube thing like that, you can also paint them on. Okay, now after I've cured those, now we're going in with the gold chrome powder. I'm going to use an applicator for these, and I'm just going to gently rub them on the top of all these lines. I'm not going to scrub it on there really hard like I would do if I was trying to get the mirror finish on a solid nail. I'm just going to gently rub it onto all these lines that we just put on there. And I want to stay on the top of the line. It will get down to the sides of it on its own. You don't need to press real hard. What I'm trying to avoid is pressing it down into that glitter area. Even though we've prepped that and it shouldn't stick, sometimes it just kind of does. You never know. Then we're going to clean that off with a soft brush, all the loose chrome powder. And there we go. You've got your all nice and done, your isolated chrome, no sticking in the glitter parts. Now if you do get sticking on the glitter background parts, you can just use your cleanup brush and some alcohol, and that chrome powder will come right off. The prep work we did, though, we could avoid that. And there we go. So I have sped the rest of these all up, so it's all the same on all of them. But as I've said, easy peasy, anybody should be able to do these in whatever colors you want to do them in. You don't have to use gold chrome either. You could have used any color chrome. Frankly, if you did a monochrome set, you could use chrome that was of that same color as well. That might be kind of cool. Actually, I've been toying with doing a whole series of monochrome sets. I just haven't gotten around to starting it yet. Maybe after the first of the year I'll start that and do a series of those. For some reason, this set kind of reminds me of Mardi Gras. I guess it's like maybe the colors with the gold, I don't know. Anyway, here's the last step. We're going in with top coat. Now I'm using my tempered top coat. And I'm also going to be brushing these off to the side like that, as you can see, because I don't want all that top coat pulling up against those lines and making, real thick areas of top coat. So I'm just giving them a sideways swipe after I get the top coat on the whole thing, just to make sure that I don't have an excessive amount of it in there, because we don't need a big bunch of it there. And once I get this pinky nail done, we're going to put them in for their final cure, and then we will be finished. I am going to hold them upside down for a little bit to get my top coat to be at the center. And there they are, all done. I think they turned out pretty cool. I like them. If you like them, please give me a like. I appreciate it very much, and it helps me out a lot. And there's my final picture. And if you want to see more, I upload a new tutorial every Saturday. So that's all I have. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I haven't decided yet, but we'll see. I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.